Nithyananda. We welcome every one of you, all the participants, every one of you for the program today. Today, as all of us are preparing to receive the Mandaga Padi for the very grand celebrations that is happening. This whole month is one of the most festive months. This is one of the most festive occasions, the festive seasons in the year. And songulates beautifully. Hinduism, out of 365 days a year, 300 days goes for various different festivals, and 65 days is for the preparation for those festivals. That is literally the lifestyle of Hinduism.
To all the participants, viewers that are joining us here, welcome to each and every single one of you. Nithyananda, Mash and Bhagavalli, all the viewers that are joining us, may I request all of you to please take a moment and post here in the chat which country are you tuning in right now from. Please take a moment and please post it. I know the celebrations after celebrations, all of us are literally celebrating our lives with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, with all these major festivals of Hinduism. We just finished our celebrations, celebrating the Bharani Deepam and the Mahadipam. The Karthigai Deepam celebrations have been ongoing. And Kailasa Nithyananda Janmabhoomi, the very place where Bhagwan descended, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism descended, has been continuously doing the services, various rituals and celebrations. The festivity is still in the air, and most importantly, the most important festival for the whole of Kailasa, which is celebrating the grand descent of the Avatar, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the 1008th living incarnation, Paramavatara of Paramashivam on this planet. I know all of us are really excited. Jayanti is just around the corner. And as all of us are getting ready for this, today we are going to be having Mandaga Padi. We also would like to share with all of you a few exciting information and what are we going to be expecting in the upcoming program that is starting on the 1st of December 2023. Just I think another 3-4 days left. The 1st of December, we are going to be having a very special program. Whoever attended the last season, how did you all enjoy it? How was the Paramashivam program for all of you? Please take a moment and please post it here in the chat. Now, I have a question to all the viewers. If we need to be successful as a civilization, let us say that you are a Hindu, but how much really proud are we as Hindus? And how much of confidence do we have inside us about ourselves as Hindus? And what is that one thing that really determines the confidence we have on ourselves? Any guesses? I invite all the viewers, live viewers that are there on YouTube, please take a moment and please post here in the live chat. You all can post it in the live chat section. What do you think? What do you think would ideally be forming like the foundation for a civilization to thrive? For anyone to even have confidence in their own identity, about their lifestyle, about their religion, what do you think is the root of it? All right. The root of it is the knowledge that you have about what you are living. See, for example, a simple thing like why do we need to put this kumkum? If you knew the reason why, the context, if you're empowered with that knowledge, the way you would be living this would be so grand, royal. The world's largest Hindu library to empower the Hindu diaspora with the knowledge of authentic Hinduism and to empower us to be a strong person in our very core identity. Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has revived a huge amount of knowledge through the world's largest Hindu library, Kailasas Nithyananda Hindu Library. So today we are going to be taking all of you through a presentation, sharing with you all briefly on what is this and what is that humongous work that Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has done in this. Beautifully, Swamiji says, how a nation which forgets its history loses even its geography. Eons ago, Paramashiva revealed the Vedagamas to Devi Parashakti and established an enlightened civilization. This civilization embodied the best of the best in every field. Take it health, medicine, art, science, social, judicial, administrative, and political systems. This was something really so powerful that the power of the civilization, the glory of the civilization spread far and wide.
And this great civilization spanned across 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1700 Hindu provinces, 10,000 Hindu traditions. And this civilization was so advanced that it contributed to 64% of global GDP. This is a very beautiful verse. आगतं शिववक्त्रेभ्यो गतं च गिरिजामुखे मतं हि वासुदेवस्य तस्मादागम उच्यते. This is the foundation line of the education system. That which was imparted by Bhagavan Paramashiva, knowledge from his five faces to his divine consort, Devi Paramashiva Shakti, Girija, which Devi in turn passes it to Vasudeva, Bhagavan Mahavishnu. Vasudeva brings that into practice, embedded this into all the living and non-living beings, using it to govern the entire universe. This is the foundational principle. This line sets the base of how the Hindu education system started. It started directly from the very source, the source of our very cosmos, Paramashiva himself. And this is the beginning of the Guru Shishya Parampara, the Guru Shishya Sampradaya of Hinduism. See, something
We need to understand here, very important for us to understand. A civilization, what is it actually made up of? Understand, a civilization is made up of its gods, scriptures, rituals, and tenets that are these aspects provide the Vatavarana, meaning the ecosystem, the environment where human beings can flourish in whichever dimension of life they are passionate about. Did you all know? Amongst the 10 most advanced ancient civilizations and the 100 most ancient civilizations, there's only one to survive. Only one. You all can see this is a big list of all the civilizations. Out of all of these, only Sanatana Hindu Dharma survived. It is the longest living civilization on the planet Earth, and it has more than 100 million source books. Yeah, you heard me right. 100 million source books. You might be quite confused. No, we are not talking about just 100 million books, but 100 million source books. Like for every religion, there is something called as a source book from which the religion is completely based upon. For example, you will find tons of books for Christianity, but the core is based on the Bible, the what you call as the Holy Bible. Like that, the source scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma is 100 billion in number. I know it sounds funny, but this is the reality. Actually, that is why Hinduism can never fit into the Oxford Dictionary definition of religion. Because according to that, you're supposed to have one source book, but Sanatana Hindu Dharma has 100 million source books. Nithyanandam, I see more and more viewers joining. Nithyanandam, to all of you, may I request all of you to please post here in the chat where exactly are you tuning in right now from?
And today's what we're all going to be learning is one of the most important aspects in of Hinduism. Like let's call it one of the most important pillars of Hinduism, which forms the base of how the religion flourished. Because if we have been the longest surviving and thriving civilization on planet Earth, the base, the foundation upon which we built ourselves must have been something phenomenal, something strong and powerful. And that is what has made us survive and thrive as the longest living civilization. So, what was it that we were using as our principle? What was it that we were using as a foundation because of which we were successful? That is what we are looking into today. This civilization, any civilization which is all made up of gods, scriptures, its rituals, and its tenets, all of them, when preserved, makes the civilization being able to survive. That is why in any invasions, any attacks, always the education system is targeted and the religious structures are demolished. Because when that happens, right, the very base of out of which religion flourishes is destroyed. But Hinduism is so vast that even the phenomenal, enormous amount of destruction, the colossal destruction that was done, could not still put an end to our source scriptures. Because Hinduism does not have one, no, not 10, 20, no, not 100, not 1,000, not 10,000, not even a million, not even 10 million or 100 million. Sorry, not even 10 million or 20 million. We have 100 million source books. Now let's understand what
When
they
you
say
see
about
these 100 million source books are, these source scriptures were the root for the spiritual, cultural, political, historical, religious, and social, economical legitimacy of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. These source scriptures gave it the authority for all these legitimacy to for Sanatana Hindu Dharma to have its legitimacy. You can see here, this is actually a catalog of just the major branches under which the vast 100 million scriptures can be lined under. You all can see this. Really, Hindu scriptures are extremely vast. Just to give you a brief on how much kind of scriptures we actually had, how many scriptures we actually had, and how much content was there in this. You all can see here. Vedas had 10,600 verses. Agamas, there are 28 main agamas and 202 upagamas. And out of that, Kamikagama alone, one of the agamas here, there are 28 main agamas. Like that, if you take just one, let's say Kamikagama, that alone has 100 crores of crore. Understand, it's not 100 crore. 100 crores of a crore. It's 100 crores times crores. That many verses. Next, Sukshma and Sahasragama has 1,000 billion crore verses. Actually, English is so poor. We don't even have a numeric, like a number value for this. Our ancestors had compiled the knowledge in this vast scriptures and gifted it to all of us. Same way, Agneya Agama has 300,000 crore verses. Parama Agama has 10,000 crore verses. Understand, we're not talking about 10,000 here. We're talking about 10,000 times crore. crore is one followed by seven zeros. So it's almost like you can equate it to about 100 million. And many more agamas and upagamas with millions and millions of verses. Puranas, again, there are 18 major Puranas and 18 Upapuranas. And there are various other scriptures. More than 4 lakh verses were are there just in the major Puranas alone. So, what we are learning as Hinduism, what we know today as Hinduism actually is way too limited. Maximum, we all know what we say books, scriptures, Mahabharata, Ramayana. Am I right? How many of you, the moment we say scriptures, how many of you remember Mahabharata and Ramayana as an immediate reference in you? I request all of you to post it here in the chat. We encourage all the live viewers. Please take a few minutes and share with us where are you watching us from. And if you feel that you're clicking with something that you say, yes, 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 I heard about this, I know about this, please do take a few minutes and please post it here in the live chat. All the viewers that are there, just take a moment now and post here which country exactly you're logging in from. And have you ever heard about the scriptures, any of these agamas, or were you familiar with the Puranas? What other books, types of books, Hindu scriptures, the source scriptures? See, if you take Hindu scriptures, it's even more vast. But the source scriptures of Hinduism, the core scriptures, the main scriptures, itself is 100 million. That is the vastness of our scriptures.
And this knowledge was not just philosophies. When I say philosophies, these were not just to store in the museum or these are not just some theories that we were discussing. We were, because of these source scriptures, which were so advanced, we were able to contribute so much to the society. We were, in fact, so advanced that we were the people who introduced schooling system universities in the world. We were the first to create universities. Our universities were not just where they or take one course and they specialize in that. Our universities produced geniuses, geniuses who are enlightened, who are able to become adept at any field. One same school could produce a best chef, a best swordsman, a best politician, a best dancer. One same school could produce people who were best in multivarious fields in life. And we Hindus were the first to establish universities. When we say university, what comes to your mind? We are always limited to thinking, oh, the great Nalanda that is spoken about. But Nalanda is one of the most recent universities in the world, in the Hindu history. Because much before Nalanda, there were tons of other universities that existed. Much before Nalanda existed, much before Nalanda happened, came into existence, there was various other um, universities that existed which are referenced not just you see the buildings standing still, which are referenced in our scriptures, which are dated more than 5,000 years ago. For example, the Takshashila University is mentioned in Ramayana and Mahabharata, and this has housed over 10,500 students. This Takshashila is elaborately described in Ramayana as to how Bharata builds it for his son. This is Mithila University, once again, which is mentioned in Ramayana, because it is in this Mithila University that Maharishi Janaka he conducted various courts, debates, and he used to conduct so many things which were attended by various different learned sages. And this is where one of the most iconic debates between Gargi and Yajnavalkya happens about sannyas and about the roles, the various qualifications needed for a person to talk about enlightenment. This is the Telhara University. Chinese travelers Huan Seng and It Sing have mentioned in their travel accounts about the Telhara University as a seat of higher research and a competitor to Nalanda University. This is the Sharada Peeth Temple University, and this renowned university is one of the main reasons that it is remembered for is that Adi Shankaracharya studied in this university in around 6th century BCE. Literary records of existence of Sharada Peeth Temple University dates back to at least more than 2500 plus years. This
This
knowledge about the university, how many of us actually, so many of you are here right now
right now
speaking,
tuned in.
how many of you actually even knew these
These
names,
names,
the names of these universities,
universities, or even knew
what
about
the
the existence of these universities. Anyone? Unfortunately, that's our situation. We don't even know about the amazing things, the gifts that we are having from Sanatana Hindu Dharma that our ancestors have gifted to us, but we ourselves are not even aware of. Yes, Nithyanandam, Karthiyaya Nithyanandam, and Ma Shanbagavalli Reddy Nithyanandam. All other viewers also, please take a moment and please post in the chat your name and where exactly you're logging in from. And please also let us know, have you heard of any of these university names before? Did you ever know about the Mithila University or the Sharada Peeth or any of these great universities that were largest universities once upon a time and the very ancient, most ancient universities? How many of you are hearing these for the very first time? Take a moment and do let us know here in the live chat session. All right. So now we learned about these universities. Next, we also have something very interesting to share. How many of you have been to temples? Been to temples before? What all do you know in the temple? Deities, rituals. You see all kinds of beautiful things in the temple. But what if I told you that temples were not just housing deities over there? Yes, we know that many researchers have come out now saying how extremely advanced everything in the temples were so scientifically advanced. But it's not even just that. There's a lot more to it. If you see, every temple had its own library. Every Hindu temple had its own library. Understand how many of you hearing this for the first time? The library, actually, there's this beautifully reference in Uttara Kamikagama. If you go to the 74th chapter, very clearly the Shastra Pramana tells how where the library needs to be located. This particular scriptural reference is taken from the Uttara Kamikagama. It says, Prasadau Chatudikshuttat Viddivikshavantara Bhaktotashanake vapi Vidyastanam prakalpayet. It says, Center for the Scriptural Studies, the Veda Agama, should be constructed in all the four main directions of the temple. In the corner directions of the temple, in its inner enclosure, or in the locations recommended for the installation of the images of the Shiva devotees. So here it's clearly given where the library needs to be located. Uttara Kamikagama, there are so many temples, even the Tiruvannamalai temple like this. All these major temples are built based on this Uttara Kamikagama. When we follow for all our rituals, we take the references from Uttara Kamikagama. So this Agama very clearly details out. Paramashiva has clearly told where the library needs to be within a temple. That means what? We have the libraries in all our temples. We have had. Nithyanandam Ma Sanghavasini. She's saying, Nithyanandam, this is Sanghavasini logging in from Netherlands. And this is so amazing. The Hindu lifestyle is the ultimate. Thank you so much, Ma Sanghavasini. Thank you so much for posting here. Lovely to have you here. And please do share with us what you are understanding from what we are sharing about the library or the knowledge. That did you ever know that temples had the library as a part of them? Now let's learn further.
Now, every temple, every single Hindu temple, they were not just having the deities and like she just read out, as per the guidance from the Uttarakamikagama, all the temples boasted of having beautiful libraries. Anyone wanted to know, anyone wanted to, let's say they wanted to understand science of deification, how the deities are made, why a certain ritual is celebrated. They had access to these scriptures. In addition to that, there were enlightened masters and great sages who were available in those temples giving satsangs and elaborating on those sciences. It is this science, it is the way we had this phenomenal science that made it accessible for that made us become so advanced, and we had one of the most beautiful, blissful, enlightened civilization. And as always, whenever there is advancement, whenever there is something flourishing, people who are still not matured enough, they could not understand, they could not comprehend it, they wanted to take it, they wanted to attack it. Our advanced sciences, the prosperous civilization that we existed as, were attracted invaders from all corners of the globe, whose only target was mainly to destroy our education system. Like we all would, if we would have studied the life of Galileo, when Galileo first proposed the concept, many people attacked him. He was imprisoned. Whenever people can't take two big concepts, they would not just not agree to it, they would deny and also attack the person who teaches that concept, because society institutionalized fear, religion, using fear and greed to control the society for a long period of time. But Hindu kingdoms were not doing any of this, they were not aware of such a thing. So we went on sharing our sciences to the whole world, and this attracted invaders from all parts of the globe. They wanted to target and they wanted to eradicate this advanced civilization. This started the war, the attack, the Holocaust on Hindus. They tried through warfare, they tried continuously demolishing, they tried continuously destroying our all the different palaces, temples, but we were able to build them back, and that is why they focused on destroying universities and libraries. The education system, almost hundreds of universities were destroyed. 8 major libraries, including Nalanda, Takshashila, Vikramashila, with millions of books were destroyed. When we say books, understand it is not just books. Along with books, also were great sciences. So many advanced sciences were destroyed. Here we can see Ratnagiri University, Vikramashila University, the Jagadala University, Nalanda University, Pushpagiri University, Odantapuri University, Somapura University, Takshashila University. Each of them were full-fledged universities that were destroyed completely.
We need to really understand this. When we say destroyed, it was not just a small building that it could just be destroyed. You need to know every library burned was continuously being burned where every scripture was just taken and ruthlessly thrown into the fire. And 6 months, 7 months straight, every university burned. See, understand, you put fire on some place, it'll burn for 1 or 2 days or 3 days for it to destroy completely. Our universities, the libraries were so big, so vast. It had to be burned for 6 months straight. Just Nalanda alone was burned for 6 straight months to reduce the scriptures to ashes. You may wonder, what does burning the scripture do to me? Today, just look at our lifestyle. We are not able to even have confidence on ourselves. Where do you think this started from? Where do you think this originated from? It is because of the loss of this vast knowledge. The knowledge that we once had is no more available to us. That is what is creating this kind of a low inner image in us, just breaking our core identity, who we feel as a Hindu, who we experience ourselves as a Hindu.
I'd like to give a very brief example on our daily life so that we can understand this better. Let's say you work hard, earn money, and your only desire in your life is to eat pizza. Just giving an example. So let's say you go buy a pizza, you don't know how to make a pizza, so you go buy a pizza and you're waiting to eat it with your hard-earned money, and then just as you're about to take it in, and you're about to eat it, someone comes and grabs it from you and destroys it. Now what happens? You don't know how again you have to work hard so much because you don't know how to do it. Now let's say you have all the resources to make and you have the whole days, you know the exact recipe how to make and you yourself can make it. Even if someone destroys it, you will know that just in some time, just let's say next 5 6 hours, you'll be able to get your another pizza ready. What the invaders did to us was not just that they took away from us, they destroyed the science which enabled us to rebuild it again and again and again, which is why our inner image got attacked. See, if you know how whenever you want, you can easily make it by yourself, you're not going to be affected as much. You will be affected, but not as much because you know the exact way to recreate it. But if you don't even know how you made something and you don't even know how it existed, how will you recreate? That is precisely what happens with us Hindus. Nalanda University alone burned for 6 months. It took 6 months for it to completely burn down. In West Bengal alone, 100,000 schools were burned. Imagine, with every school dying is not just a school building, it's invaluable knowledge. The advanced sciences that were taught, the ancient, amazing practices. To this day, we are not able to recover it. World's largest Hindu library, the Jaffna Public Library, was burnt to ashes. The Jaffna Library, the world's largest Tamil library, and that was also reduced to ashes.
Yes.
It was to see the last. Understand this is what happened. You should
Understood a
lot,
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 lot
lot,
deeply. This is
lot
not
of the
more Hindus, the real Hindus, even
able to exist, the guts, the courage, the boldness. But it has nothing to do with the people or something that they didn't do right. What has happened, that persecution, the Holocaust that they've been through, it is not just one level of killing.
innocence. It was extremely brutal.
The core was to kill you very consciously because they knew Hindus were not shaken if you just kill their body. They wanted to kill their very conscious. And that is the reason why this plan is developed. I request all the viewers, take a few minutes and please share with us how many of you are learning about this for the very first time. Understand, for every one of you who are hearing this for the first time, it is 2000 years of colossal destruction done to Hinduism. 2000 years. And continuous attacks. So even if you want to, let's say you want to know exactly how the science of building temple is. How exactly did they build huge temples like Tanjore temple? Where will you go? You will not know. We do not know where is the place to go for it because we have lost access to these source scriptures of Hinduism. We have lost access to these advanced sciences. Every one of you that are watching here, If you have an intention, if you are feeling, as you see it, if you're feeling like, is there something that you could do for this? Yes, Kailasa, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, is reviving Kailasa for this very purpose, to revive, to make Sanatana Hindu Dharma accessible to people, to give these great sciences, to people. Every one of you who are having an intention, if you feel like you want to take some action, some step towards it, please go ahead and you all can register your intention in the link projected in front of you. You all can go to sksjp.org/contribute. Every one of you that have an intention, you can take a step.
One great thing in the modern day, information age, internet age, human beings can't be manipulated anymore by a small gang of people, by keeping the mass media cult under them. No. World cannot be controlled anymore by mass media cult or entertainment industry cult. And world cannot be controlled anymore by missionary militants and militant missionaries. The next generation, the modern day youth, has started questioning the utility value of everything. And I tell you, Hindu tradition is the best designed, developed tradition just to contribute. Hindu knowledge is amazingly contributing. I can very boldly tell you with all joy and pride, Hindu scriptures are the most unadulterated, as maintained, as purely as it was uttered, revealed in the beginning. The Vedas are as it is from the time Paramashiva breathed it to Parashakti to Vishnu, Vishnu to Brahma and the Guru Parampara. Narayanam Batmabhavam Vasishtam Shaktinja Tatputra Parasharanja Vyasam Sugam Gauda Padam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Matasya Sishyam Srishankaracharya Matasya Vatman Padanja Asta Malaganja Sishyam Tamtroda Ganmartikakaramanya. The whole Guru Parampara, unadulterated, I tell you. History, geography, astrology, astronomy, cosmology, physics, chemistry, biology, medicine, mysticism, religion, economy, in every field, administration, social justice, law and order, in every field, the field of education itself, spirituality, superconscious mind, power manifest in every level. Nothing compared to the extreme life positive knowledge source of Hinduism. This is the most non-violent, life positive knowledge tradition in every field. Unimaginable knowledge source is lying in that 2 crore 20 million source books of Hinduism. Around 10,000 traditions are still alive. I am not talking about what we lost, what we still have, kept it alive, at least in the museums, which I can revive. I can add flesh and bones to this whole scriptures and make it living, alive lifestyle. I want all Hindus to start becoming real Hindus, non-violent, extremely life positive and contributing. This is what is the core identity of Hinduism. Let's start living that core identity, core narrative of Hinduism. That's the best strategy to stop the Hindu Holocaust. I tell you, Hindus have a great future. I want all the Hindus who are interested and listening to me, all of you, please wake up and start contributing more and more and build contributing lifestyle. That's the best way to stop the Hindu Holocaust. At least 10% of the Hindus should become Brahmana by Varna. Only then we can collect all these books and store it properly, make digital and physical libraries and practice those knowledge, build laboratories and teach this knowledge to the whole world. This is what is my life's mission. Of course, translation, making it searchable, making it user-friendly, indexing, all this work put together. That is the purpose for which I started this Nithyananda Hindu Library. I will establish the most authentic, world's largest physical and virtual library and Hindu university. Hindu literatures are made illegitimate, stolen. Many concepts and principles and ideas are stolen. And Hindus are made to feel that literatures are all just mythology and faltu and just somebody's fantasy. I will make sure Enough scientific researches are done. Proper documentations are done. Analysis are done. Not only I will collect, compile, organize the world's largest Hindu knowledge resource library. I will make all of it user friendly for the whole world by making virtual Hindu library available for the world. I am very clear. I am going to collect everything related to Hinduism. Source scriptures, various commentaries and translations, good or bad. Some translations are true to the original, some are 80% true, some are 70% true, some are absolutely distorted. But I am going to collect everything. Organize, index. My initial level plan is 10,000 students will be able to reside and study. 2 crore means 20 million Hindu scriptures and largest virtual library, very organized and made user friendly. Collecting all the 2 crore, 20 million source books, organizing, indexing, then translating, making it user friendly, making library, physical library and making digital library, then studying it, researching it, making laboratories. For example, the Hindu battery, which can be charged, recharged by consciousness, does not need any other chemical from outside. The Hindu aircraft, which can fly through the conscious sound technology, the consciousness based light technology, sound technology, consciousness based biology, consciousness based biology based technology. When consciousness starts growing in your biology becomes totally different, and that biology can be used to fly, empower, energize multiple machineries in Hindu tradition. Collecting this 2 crore, 20 million scriptures, organizing, indexing, translating, building laboratories, not just libraries, laboratories, universities, where we conduct clinical trials, medical trials, scientific researches. Everything gets organized, made user friendly for the humanity and shared with the humanity free of cost. I invite people from all over the world to share your time, treasure, talent. I invite all the practicing Hindus, living, practicing Hindus and Hindu sympathizers, 200 crore, 2 billion population. At least 10% of you, 2 crore, please come and become Brahmanas by Varna. Let's take up this project of reviving Hindu knowledge, contributing Hindu knowledge. Jatis belongs to Brahmana or Vaishya or Kshatriya or Shudra does not matter. An Acharya incarnation, Avatara Purusha, has a right to declare which Varna you belong to. Whether you are Shudra by Jati, Vaishya by Jati, Brahmana by Jati, or Kshatriya by Jati, don't worry. Decide to change your Varna to Brahmana Varna by taking up this responsibility of Nithyananda Hindu Library. I already started the work. Last 20 years I am doing work in this line. It is time. In next few years, you will see the fruit. This revival of Kailasa, Nithyananda Hindu Library, it starts. It can never end.
KAILASAs Nithyananda Hindu University, Nithyananda Hindu Library is the largest revival of its kind. Today, the dedication, the commitment, and the passion of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism stands as the world's largest Hindu library, the Nithyananda Hindu Library, which is housing over 1 million source scriptures of Hinduism, palm leaf scriptures of Hinduism. And for the first one of its kind digital printing capabilities, the world's largest Hindu library. Kailasas Nithyananda Hindu Library, through Kailasas Nithyananda Hindu Library, the aim the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is envisioning is to be the epicenter for all Hindu scriptures, which will locate, acquire, collect, organize, publish, preserve, teach, and spread the Hindu Shastras to the world. Like Swamiji said, Hindu Shastras are the most advanced and yet the most practically applicable Shastras. And the aim of Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu Library is to make these Shastras available, accessible to people. The common mass should be able to access these scriptures. As envisioned by Swamiji, Kailasa runs and administers under the cosmic constitution of the scriptural authority of the eternal truths, the Hindu Shastras.
I also would like to quote over here very beautifully Swamiji has said. It's books and deities that made Nithyananda. Literally, books and deities. That is why this project, the library project, is also one of the very dearest projects to Swamiji. And this world's largest collection of the Hindu scriptures, the first ever collection started very early. I know usually we all start our careers at what age? Probably in your 20s, 30s, or sometimes even in your teenage. And when you are doing that in your teenage, you feel really, you feel that that's something really great because you started so early. And I just would like to take you all through when Swamiji started this world's largest collection. It started when Swamiji was very, very, very small. Here you can see this is a photograph of Swamiji just at the age of 3. When Swamiji was just 3 years old as a Bala Sannyasi. You can see here, literally Swamiji wearing the kavi and doing the Chaturmasya. This picture was taken at that time. Swamiji's first ever collection of the Hindu scriptures started with the book Atma Puranam. This book was gifted by Swamiji's guru, Isaki Swamigal to Swamiji. And this has today grown into the world's largest collection of online and physical Hindu scriptures. Understand, there are 100 million scriptures. Out of the 100 million, we have lost 80% of them, meaning 80 million scriptures are no more with humanity. Humanity does not have access to 80 million of them anymore. The remaining 20 million, the state of it is in the most terrific, worst conditions.
And the condition is so bad that today people who own ancestrally who own these scriptures, they discard it. Many scriptures are today found lying in dustbins. And some people who understand its value, who want to take responsibility for it, unfortunately are not funded enough to be able to maintain it. Because maintaining a scripture, keeping a family scripture alive is a huge responsibility to take on. Whether protecting it from termites, protecting it from in such a way that it is not decomposing and the writings are not going away, to be able to translate it, to be able to preserve it somewhere. It is a huge effort for which, unfortunately, many who want to do not have the funding for that. That is why Swamiji has envisioned Kailasas Nithyananda Hindu Library, which is going to act as that hub, that epicenter, which is going to bridge all these gaps together and enable people to volunteer to be a part to revive these source scriptures of Hinduism. It is a huge work to do. And Swamiji has dedicated for more than 27 years of his life into this mission. Swamiji has established the Nithyananda Hindu Jnanalaya to collect, preserve the 1 million Hindu scriptures while ensuring that knowledge is made accessible and shared free of cost to all, collecting and preserving 1 million source books of Hinduism. And Swamiji has already authored 10,000 books in 3 languages, translated it in 50 languages, published 10,000 articles, and given 10,000 plus hours of free discourses with 1 billion views.
We all can see all these books. Actually, Swamiji has given a world record of the single author who has authored the maximum number of books, because Swamiji has authored over 10,000 books, which is in 3 main languages. It was written and translated in 50 different languages. And Swamiji has published over 10,000 articles. 15 terabytes of digital books and rare manuscripts from all the 19 Sarvanyapitams, ancient mutts and ashrams were collected and made freely available, accessible to humanity. 1 million plus books, 5 million catalogs, 50,000 manuscripts, 10,000 plus full view books, and 20,000 plus full view manuscripts. And all these Swamiji is gifted completely free of cost. You will see all these books, every single one of these are available completely for free. Understand this huge effort, this huge revival work that Swamiji is doing is for each one of us. It is for the humanity at large. It is for all of us, for us to be able to experience this great blessing of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the greatest science called Sanatana Hindu Dharma. I have a question to all the participants, all the viewers that are sitting here. How many of you knew that, we all brush our teeth every day? We all, it's part of our very lifestyle, correct? Do you know that Paramashiva has clearly given for, based on what goal you have, what should be the size of the toothbrush? For example, if you are a sannyasi, you should use a specific toothbrush. It should be made of a specific bark of a tree. If you are a grihastha, you're supposed to be using a specific bark of a tree. And from that, how many times you need to be brushing, and what should be the size of that toothbrush? All these. Yons ago Paramashiva has revealed. It's there in the Kamikagama. How many of us are aware of it? None of us even know about it. This knowledge, Swamiji is reviving and making it available completely free of cost. I have been graduated from the Kailasas Nithyananda Gurukul, which is also part of the education institutions of Kailasa. Everything is completely free. My education, I graduated, my whole examination that I did, everything was completely free because Swamiji has clearly told. There's actually once when Swamiji said, okay, Paramashiva has told in the Agamas, education has to be free. Knowledge is free. So from this moment, I'm making all the knowledge, all the education systems completely free of cost.
And please understand, if we do not take the responsibility now, we as Hindus, if we do not take the responsibility now, we are going to be missing out on this science. And Avatar is not the most precious happening to humanity because it's not just reviving, but making these scriptures understandable to us. Practical terms, how can we use them? What are the sciences that these scriptures are speaking? This only an avatar can do. And when Swamiji has happened, let us not miss this. Every one of you that are here, we request every one of you to please join us. This is a clarion call for all the Hindus around the globe to become a part of this great happening. If you resonate with this, if you feel like you want to be a part, you want to become a part of this grand revival called the Kailasas Nithyananda Hindu Library, please go ahead and sign up. Take this clarion call, become a part of one of the most crucial, important revivals of Hinduism. We request every one of you, all the participants, all the viewers that are watching us live right now, to take a few minutes. Every one of you that want to be a part, sign up. If you feel like you want to, you are clicking with it inside you, but you just don't know how to, put your intention. That intention is enough. Just that intention will enable you to manifest. Now, I request all of you, whoever have an intention, please sign up in skSJP.org/contribute. All those who are ready to take an action, you can head to events.kailasa.org/payment and you can join this cause. every one of you that have decided to be a part. Understand, just your intention is enough. You will start manifesting that intention as a reality. Even if you just register your intention, that registering your intention is good enough for you to manifest your reality. And we welcome every one of you to be part of this grand happening of Kailasa. We thank all of you for your listening, for taking your time and for being here.
And also, I just wanted to announce we are going to be having the Paramashivoham, a very, very, very special program. Whatever knowledge we have learned now, all of these together, we are going to be learning in a much more upgraded way. Whatever scriptures Swamiji has provided, taking from those scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma and making it user friendly to us, such that the modern day humans like you and me can understand what was revealed in those scriptures. Swamiji is doing this enormous work. Anybody who's interested in this, you can sign up in paramashivoham.org. In next 3 days, we are going to be starting this very special program. Paramashivoham Level 3 program is going to be starting, so stay tuned. David Jose is asking, Nithyanandam, I have a question. As a Hindu, should I have to be vegan completely, or can I eat fish and hamburgers sometimes? David Jose, if you're able to see us and hear as well, like if you're still live with us, please do let me know saying yes. The first and foremost thing, in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the fundamental principle is ahimsa paramo dharma. Non-violence is the ultimate principle. Second, as a Hindu, actually anyone should not be consuming meat because our bodies are not made for that. Understand? We have an elaborate, detailed session available for this in Paramashivoham. I definitely would invite you to attend that, because many times, see, when we actually tell you this, it might also be a struggle. You might be thinking, would I be able to actually drop meat eating because I really like it? Why would I drop it? It will be more like a struggle for you. But when you experience the ultimate, like a very high consciousness inside of you, the meat eating habit will just drop. We have thousands and thousands who have left, dropped eating meat, dropped this meat eating habit completely from their lifestyle. So I'm just initiated thousands. Now, I just wanted to add to this. So, as a Hindu, just to answer you, you should not be eating. The reason is, for example, when you go and kill an animal, that animal is not going to say, like, let's say you go and kill a hen. It's not going, or fish. The fish is not going to say, oh, my son, please eat me. I'll bless you. You'll be happy forever. No, it is going to go through the worst pain, suffering, fear, all that hormones are going to be released in its body, and you consume that directly enters inside your biomemory. You become, that is why now so much of violence. You will see the meat eaters usually have an innate violence very high. Why? Because the violence from the food directly enters inside your system. It gets as a part. Already enough problems are there. Additional to that, the meat, whatever you're consuming, is going to add that animal's problem also inside your biomemory. It will be a lot of struggle, and it is not good for your conscious growth. So you should avoid meat completely, especially if you are initiated by Swamiji. Just drop meat eating. You can just make it as a decision. Talk to yourself, make yourself understand. You've heard about the fight or flight hormone. It's adrenaline whenever it's released. You'll see there is physical reaction that happens in our body, right? You're scared. What happens to you? Your heart races, your heart rate goes up, and you'll see your pupils dilate, your body, you become highly alert. This happens there's a sudden reaction that happens. They say there's a butterfly effect happening in the stomach. All this happens because of this one hormone being released called as adrenaline. Whenever you are in a fear or flight mode, like you are either afraid or you want to just run away. You want to fight or you want to just run away, fight or flight mode. The adrenaline is released, which causes a physical impact to us. Same way, the animal also releases such chemicals and hormones. So when you take that, you're not going to be able to wash it off. It is not going to leave the system the moment you cook it. No, it is going to exist in that animal's body. When you consume it, it is going to become part of your body, which is the reason why you face unknown terrorizing depressions. So, which is the reason you should avoid meat eating completely. Thank you so much, David Jose, for joining us. It's lovely to have you here and all the other viewers. Thank you so much. We thank each and every one of you for joining with us in this live stream. Please make sure to check out on Paramashivoham. Join us on the 1st of December, which is just in 3-4 days. And we are going to be having the next season of Paramashivoham starting. Now, with this, let's conclude today's program with a Purnamani. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tatsat Sarvam Bhagavad Nithyananda Paramashiva Paduka Pranamastu Om Nithyananda. Thank you all, Nithyananda.